Good morning. You know, when I set up my stream last night, it was before the debate. And I thought about changing it this morning because the name of my stream is Does It Matter? And that's referring to the debate. Because, I didn't think the debate was going to move the needle much for anyone who's entrenched in their decision of who they're going to vote for. And I don't know if there's a whole lot of people who are not decided. There might be some, there's always those people on the day before the election, the official election, not all this early voting shit, that they're on TV and they're just, I haven't decided yet, and it's already got to vote tomorrow, and I don't know who I'm going to vote for, and yada, yada. And sometimes I think they're just people who are trolling because they want to get on TV. But anyway, so my point is, when I made the name of this stream this morning, Does It Even Matter? I was thinking to myself, there's not a whole lot that the debate's going to do. Hopefully it's better than the last one, yada, yada, yada. And to my pleasant surprise, it was better. It was better. Well, it was better for Trump. Although I'm not going to say that Trump was perfect either. I think Trump said a couple things that I was going, but Biden said a whole bunch of things that made me go, what? But. So today we are going to talk about the debate last night. If you didn't watch the debate, just kind of buckle in. If you did watch the debate, I'm going to be asking you some questions. However, there is absolutely a word of the day. During the intro, I would like you in the chat who are already here to tell me what the word of the day is. Play the intro, Johnny! Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. Stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. My name is Marty, but I'm known as PDawgKnight on the internet. And welcome to the PDawgKnight Channel. It is the Friday. Yes, it's Friday, the 23rd of October, 2020. 1 week and 1 day until that wonderful night of kids running around begging for candy and wearing masks. Hey, at least they'll be wearing masks, right? And I found out they have not officially canceled Halloween where I live, so I get fired up about that. But before that, I got to have I can't say this. Never mind. I can't tell you what we're doing in the near future. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm looking to see what people put for the word of the day. Did anyone get it? Yes, some of you did get it. No, cages. Nope. That's not it. Although that was prominent. But the first to get it was Maddie. That would be coyote. That's the word of the day. Holy shit. And no, I'm not ordering takeout from my favorite Chinese restaurant. There's some people in fairly high places that perhaps should reassess their balance of knowledge in the memory bank up at the stairs in the, the cortexes and all, whatever those things are called inside your brain. Because, you would think if you're going to talk about and know about things that have to do with things that are things that happen and things and, the thing, right? you might want to know some of the terminology, or if you're going to make an ass of yourself, or you're not really sure what somebody said and what it means, perhaps before you make an ass of yourself, you should probably look it up. Find out what the hell it is. If it sounds really, really weird, look it up, because otherwise you're going to make an ass of yourself. No, ass of yourself is not the new wonder drug from Pfizer. You ever see that commercial? What's the one? It's called, there's a drug out there. There's a drug commercial, and it's called something like Jardins or something like that. And every time I hear that commercial, I think it's something that you'd go do at the club, you know? It doesn't sound like a pharmaceutical. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about the debate, and if we wander off into other things, great. But I'm going to try to pay attention to the chat a little more today, because I kind of want to hear what you guys thought too. And but before we do that, let's find out who's in the chat, because we already have 40 people in the house, which is awesome. But I always have to acknowledge who was first today, and that would be our friend Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Who gets the bell? Thank you for being here, sir. And he says, I won the bell like Trump won last night's debate.
That's right.
All right. Good morning. And also good morning, Maddie, who just came in second. Well, came in third, because Black Hebrew had two chats going before we even got going. Also, so good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Simon Wolfwood. They never taught what a coyote is other than an animal. Leftists are taught what to think, not how to think. Once a person starts learning how to think, they realize the left is stupid. Oh, that deserves a bell too. Anyway, moving on. Good morning, Chadwick Dupree. Good morning, Stab and Joe Scarborough. Good morning to CNN Sucks, the most redundant name on the internet, who reminds us that Joe said he would not ban fracking, after he said he would ban fracking, after he said he would not ban fracking, after he said he would ban fracking. Renee Mayette, what's up, my friend? Good morning, D.I. Freighter Watcher. Ronan, what's happening, my man? Mad Max, hello. Good morning, too. I already said those. Jesse Leon, good morning. Tyler F. Select a boy. Oh, I changed it.
Yeah,
there we go.
Boy.
I keep forgetting I kept changing it, because every time I hit Alt left, some menu pops over here. So I had to change it to the V so no menu pops up, so that I can hear.
Yeah, boy.
For select a boy. Also, good morning to Johnny Hellcat, the first ever viewer of the Morning Night Live. Good morning, Aaron Meredith. Good morning, Scotty Dubs. Spambot22, Attack Alpaca. What's happening? Gunfox61, my administrator on the Discord server, which I forgot to put that link in there, so I hope Gunfox doesn't mind putting the link into the chat every once in a while today. Also, good morning, Purple Pills Perspective. Let's see. Atheist Icon, hello. Jaeger Pony, my favorite Canadian. And by the way, other Canadians, when I say that Jaeger Pony is my favorite Canadian, I don't want you to feel bad. It's nothing personal. Just that's, Jaeger Pony's my favorite Canadian. Anyway, other than, well, Celine Dion. No, I don't like Celine Dion. She's oh God, did I just lose my entire Canadian audience by saying that? I'm not a big fan of Drake either, but whatever. All right. Good morning to Teresa the Kid. Uh-oh, what happened there? My chat jumped. Where'd I go? There you go. Teresa the Kid, good morning. Really loving this AM show. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're subscribed and have rung that little bell so you get the notifications. Apparently you have, because you're already here. Also, good morning to, who else is here? Donatello Slapafellow, one of my favorite names of the internet. Already said hi to Chadwick Dupree. Got everybody here so far, I think. Chi-Town Jay, what's up? Green Badger Outdoors. Duck Dog, who says Das Wipe. Das Wipe. I ain't no Cody, man. Good morning, Cynical Lindsay, and James PFP. Okay, I think I got everybody now. All right, that's everybody in the chat. How you doing? Welcome. to the show. So, so today I thought, I thought, I'm going to come in and I'm going to talk about the debate. I did watch the debate last night. I have tons of articles, but the only one that I really want to get to, unless you mentioned something specific in the chat, good morning, Amy in Connecticut, is this one, because there's a moment, there are a couple moments in the debate where you knew one of those moments Biden panicked, but the more important moment was when you knew Biden knew he lost the debate. And this is it. Forget the polls and pundits. Joe Biden knows he lost the debate with President Trump Thursday night, and we could see the moment when he realized he had lost. And here it is. This is it right here.
Climate change, please. You both have very different visions on climate change. President Trump, you say that environmental regulations have...
Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Did you see what he did? I'm going to play it one more time. Just see, in case you didn't see it. In fact, I'm going to make it a bigger picture so you can see it even better. Here we go. Watch it one more time. Here's when Biden realized he lost the debate.
Climate change, please. You both have very different visions on climate change. President Trump, you say that environmental regulations have...
Joe wanted to get the hell out of there, and he wanted to know, how much longer am I going to have to go through this? So let's just kind of discuss things, because there's all kinds of things here. Someone said, Renee Mayette, he lied about things that are easily provable. Oh my goodness, isn't that the truth? Particularly when he said the whole fracking thing. There's plenty of video of Joe Biden talking about ending fracking. For example, let's see if I have some stuff bookmarked here. By the way, every once in a while, we're gonna share some things on the screen. Oh, some of you probably don't even know why we're joking about coyotes. Okay, let me. Oh, that picture cracks me up. Let me explain the coyote thing first. Why coyote? Coyote is the word of the day. So, the president last night, they were having a discussion on immigration. And so she brought up the question about these 545 or 543 kids that the Border Patrol or whoever takes care of these kids in these camps, they put them in, they have them in these, dormitories with schools and shit like that. So there's 545 that they cannot locate their parents to reunite them with. And so the president was making the point last night, well, sometimes, a lot of these kids didn't come with their own parents. They either came with people who, kind of using them as props, or there's also smugglers and coyotes that are bringing them over. Now, I used both words. He said coyotes, which, if you're not familiar with the border, there's the coyotes are the people who smuggle people across the border. And so some of these kids are unaccompanied minors, so they're probably not going to find their parents. Also, they're finding out that some of the parents, even if they do find them, they don't want them to come back because they think they'll have a better chance over here. So some of these parents aren't looking for them because they got them over the border, and eventually those kids, may want to bring their parents over. So anyway, he mentions coyote, and during the debates, a lot of people are live tweeting this, and this is a woman named Dontion Kendrick. She's a corporate attorney and investment advisor. She is a Georgia state representative. We have our first super chat of the day, our first donation of the day, and that is from Spectacular Wanderer. Good morning, by the way. Thank you for the $2. Hey, PDawg, love the show and just wanted to let you know you and everyone else have more viewers than you think. I'm always watching on Roku, which doesn't show up in the YouTube chat. Keep the good times rolling, my friend. Well, thank you so much. I did not know that. It may show up as a viewer, but it doesn't show up as, okay, so it doesn't show up in the chat. Okay, that's interesting. You know, I do that sometimes too. I watch, like I'll watch YouTube on a big screen upstairs, through either through Xfinity or through Roku. And then I'll use my phone just if I ever want to put stuff in the chat, I'll do it that way. So I didn't know that doesn't show up. So thank you. I really appreciate the kind words too. So thank you, and thank you for the donation. Officially,
you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Even though, of course, I did reset my Streamlabs, my labels, so it doesn't show up that way. But you are the Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day so far. So thank you very much again, Spectacular Wanderer. Okay, let's get back to Darshon here. Darshon Kendrick. So, and she's a Georgia State Representative and Chief Deputy Whip of the Georgia House of Representatives. And she tweeted this gem. Did Donald Trump just say 545 kids they can't find their parents came over through cartels and coyotes? How the hell does a coyote bring a whole human across the border? Lord, stop talking. Final debate. That, just the stupidity of that tweet deserves the cheer, right? So what? This woman, you know, there are ratios and there are ratios. This woman had about 1,900 retweets and 3,000 likes, 14,000 quote tweets. I want to see how many. Oh, I can't figure out how many actual comments. It was over 20,000 comments as of last night. Some of the more prominent ones. I'm just gonna scroll down. We'll read a couple of the comments that this tweet generated. For example, as a resident of Georgia since 1974, I, on the behalf of Georgia, apologize for this moron. Sometimes you should Google before you tweet, so she gave her the definition there. Suraj Hashami, who does what's called the list of dumb tweets that he does every week. He does a top 20 dumb tweets. And Suraj is very equal opportunity. If a Republican does a dumb tweet, he'll put it on the list. If a Democrat does a dumb tweet, he'll put it on the list. If it's basically, this is a list of tweets that maybe tells you should have put your phone down. And this one was definitely nominated for the list. And he did a little list art here. So there you go. There's the coyote who's setting up the list. Also, let's see here. John Hawkins. If you're thinking this when someone mentions a coyote bringing people over the border, you probably don't know enough about immigration policy to address the subject. Oh, right on, John Hawkins. Let's see. Sweet Mother of God. Oh, we have our second donation of the day. This time through YouTube Super Chat from Johnny Hellcat, thank you, sir, who says, this was the Nagasaki Hiroshima of ratios. It sure was. It sure was. Brandon Tatum, the Officer Tatum, says, this must be an affirmative action hire. Haha. Oh, that's ruthless. Yes, Mr. Reagan. I think Mr. Reagan has a video. I just saw on my notifications. I didn't watch it yet. But anyway, you're a corporate attorney. Oh, and she's... Now, this was 11 hours ago. This is probably before anyone filled her in. She says, yes, and a damn good one. Now, even this tweet, even this one, 181 retweets, 148 hearts, 3,000 comments. Oh my gosh, you are not very bright. You stop talking. You cannot be this stupid. The best time to delete this tweet was immediately after sending it. The second best time is now. In the words of Biden,
come on, man.
You cannot be an elected official and not know what a coyote is. Coyotes are smugglers who often end up pushing the people they smuggle into human trafficking to pay their bill off through forced sex or labor. So if you did, and granted, I don't expect everyone to know what a coyote is, but I would have to imagine if you heard someone say that, Donald Trump say that someone was bringing it was through cartels and coyotes, would you immediately think that it was a coyote like Wile E. Coyote bringing somewhere, or would you look it up going, what did he mean by that? Wouldn't you ask yourself before tweeting this, okay, what did he mean by that? What did he mean? Hello, Rusty Shaq. How you doing? Rusty Shaq, what now here? All the gay mods are gay all the time. Again, good show. And I get we got to play by the rules. That said, the rules stands also. And Rusty, I don't know what we got going on here. And I don't see, did we get well, I don't know. Voice, PDawg Knight could be a voiceover artist. Before I really understood how microphones work, I went on an audition to do a voiceover, and I was so afraid of the microphone. I was talking like this, and because I didn't know that you could just talk and the microphone would do all the work. And so, and also with my new setup here, thanks to all of you, I've improved my setup so that when I yell, it doesn't peak out, and when I whisper, you can still hear me without having to go like this next to the microphone, because this is really awkward to do, and I kind of get out of the camera. Anyway, so thank you very much. All right. This poor woman. Well, not poor, but she's not the brightest. Let's see. Yeah, I looked up coyote, which is slang for smuggler, but that doesn't mean we should take the current president's word for how the children got here. Knowing the lingo does not justify the claims made with it. Remember, this scene from Beverly Hills Cop. I ain't falling for no banana, no tailpipe. Is that the one you're thinking about? Is that the one you're thinking about? I don't know. Oh, no, you should. Okay, we're good. Okay, HP is doing debate coverage at an unknown time. Okay, I get it. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, okay. Miss Mick Schwartz, good morning. How are you? Usually I'm not live. Oh, so you watch. Oh, well, thanks for watching the replays. Whether you're here on live or you're here in the replays, I appreciate every single one of you. All right, so anyway, here's one. I'm not a Republican and definitely not a Trumper. I had to come and see that this tweet was real. Clearly you don't know what a coyote is, but once you found out, you could have deleted it, LOL. Still, I think deporting, then it's the whole family together. Except for the fact that a lot of these kids aren't with their own family. They have not been able to verify that they came over here with their own family. So anyway, I don't have the time to go through 25,000 some, 25, the thing, 25,000 replies to her tweet. So anyway, oh, wait a minute. This one's, you got to have this one though. You got to have this one. Just, there you go. That's the best reply. When I saw it, I was like, I just can't. Anyway. All right. Let's see here. Let me do a couple thank yous real quick, because I haven't thanked people. Thank you. Oh. Oh my God. You know what? This is going to be a long morning. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat, for this. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That was it was from Petite de Coco, who's been, it's funny because, look, I'm going to go into my bookmarks here because some of these people, I don't think she's got an argument this morning with someone who was laughing at her thinking she didn't know what the meaning of coyote was. And so they're like all up in her grill. In fact, I think I'm going to reply to it. Let me see here. Hang on a second. I don't mean to make this whole day a Twitter day, but damn, there's just some funny shit in here today. I got to tell you. Let's see. Here it is right here. So she tweets this out. Okay. Coyote needs some time off. He's tired of carrying kids across the border, right? And and this is the other half of it. Look how hard he works. This is not a doctored image, by the way. And then some asshole replying to her on this one. Where is it? It's like, you can't really believe this, okay? You can't really believe this. And anyway, she's got a whole bunch of them. She's got that one, the tired of carrying kids, and there's one doing his hard work. And she says, I'm not making fun of human trafficking. I'm making fun of the people who immediately assumed Trump was talking about the animal when he used the term coyote. So there you go. Yeah, some of these are really funny. And okay, anyway, so lots of Wile E. Coyote memes. All right, let me do a couple thank yous real quick because that's what I intended to do when I went into my notifications. Thank you to Tyler F. and Aaron Meredith, Cynical Lindsay, Maddie the News Chick, and that's everyone who's retweeted the show. If you'd be so kind, write down there somewhere, the arrow I think's down there, hit the arrow and share this out on social media. Also, you can do it by following me on Twitter, Minds, Gab, and Parlor. Hey, I got a better idea. How about if I just play the commercial? There, let's do that. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it if you're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. And indeed, we are back to the show. So I'm going to go through some of my bookmarks here. And then there was also some really big news yesterday that I do want to get to. Some serious news. I'm not joking this time. Good morning, Rushy Shaq. Good morning, Kevin S. Purple Pill Perspective. Fox P2. And Keaton just joined the show today. Good morning. I think it's all gentlemen now for this round. And Anna Lynn. So good morning, everybody. So I have a few bookmarks that I bookmarked while I was at work this morning that I just want to go through. Now, this one's interesting from the, so this guy says, this is NPR. Now, NPR is trying to explain why, well, here, I'll just hear the NPR public editor, right, tweets this. Why haven't you seen any stories for NPR about the New York Post Hunter Biden story this week? Okay, I'm going to hold off and finish. We'll do this first. Thank you for the donation. From Ronan Wolf, thank you for the $10. And you
are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Thank you, Ronan Wolf, who says, banana and tailpipe? Isn't that one of those Harris skills? Oh, damn! I should have read that before I read it out loud. Asking for a friend. Ronan, you dirty dog. You are... Ronan, damn. Banana in the tailpipe. Isn't that one of Harris's skills? I'm so glad I didn't take a sip of coffee before I read that. By the way, I do have, oh, hang on. I need to make this in full effect. I absolutely do have my cup of reparations coffee in hand. One of the cups I got from my kids on Father's Day. Eventually, I think I'm going to get a post office box, and maybe if you guys would send me unique coffee cups. But then my wife's already kind of getting sick of me with all the coffee cups, because now I'm starting to collect different cups for the show. Oh, and also, by the way, I'm going to be putting the PDawgKnight cup on my, I haven't decided if I'm going to put it in my PDawgKnight.live merch site or the Teespring merch site, but it'll be on one of them, maybe on both, who knows. But I'll get that one out there pretty soon. But anyway, since I do have my cup, everyone, if you have coffee, bourbon, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, or whatever you're drinking this morning, let's all do the toast to everybody else as I hear the donation music. And thank you, too, for this donation from Wile E. Coyote. Well, I am so honored to see you here, sir. Wile E. Coyote with the 223 says, Acme Products has reconsidered its support of Ms. Kendrick. Yes, I'm not so sure about that woman. Anyway, thank you very much, Wile E. Coyote. One of the legends in the coyote business. Okay, so NPR does this on their site. Why haven't you seen any stories from NPR about the New York Post Hunter Biden story? Read more in this week's newsletter. Now here's listen to this statement. We don't want to waste our times on stories that are not really stories. And we don't want to waste the listeners and readers' times on stories that are just pure distraction. Terry Samuels, NPR managing editor for news on the New York Post Hunter Biden story. Now that's an impressive amount of, I don't know if that's gaslighting or if that's just, well, in the immortal words of Charlie Chaplin, that's bullshit. I just don't know what they're saying here, by the way. Good morning, Katie Did Skate, Hypnagogic Monk. I already said Fox B2, Lord Stanhope, Gamer Valine, and that's all the new people I see here. All right. This one I don't know if it got ratio or not. It doesn't really, they don't tell you how many comments you get anymore, but there's 9,500 quote tweets on it. Anyway, they continue. NPR's media journalist published this analysis of the New York Post Hunter Biden story. More about why the newsroom leaders decided not to pursue more coverage in this week's newsletter. Don't care. Edit more about why they're putting 3 stories about why they're not talking about it. Really? Let me say that again. So let me read the quote again. We don't want to waste our time on stories that are not really stories, and we don't want to waste our listeners and readers' times on stories that are just pure distractions. They have 3 stories on NPR about why they're not running the story. Can you say Streisand effect? Do you think people reading even NPR are going to go, what story are they talking about? Well, maybe we should go find out what this story is. Unbelievable. They also got nominated to the list by Siraj Hashmi. Give me that phone. Your tweet. Is this tweet an attempt to get on the list? I think it is. Anyway, stop ringing phone. That's definitely spam. Kind of like the NPR story when they did the Donald Melania Trump with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago in February 2000. Didn't they do that story? Oh, no, that's this one showing this. You are the enemy of the people. This is somebody thinking that means something. Defund NPR. Yes, I agree. I don't even know why NPR still exists. There are enough commercial options that do the exact same thing that they do. If people really want that, they can pay for that shit themselves. Although NPR does get a lot of funding from donations, which I think it should be all donations. If people want it, hey, everyone pay your money. Subscribe to it like you do Netflix or Disney Plus if you really want NPR. Do you find it? No, thank you. I will continue the monthly donations I've been sending for decades. Yeah, hey, knock yourself out. Send them all the freaking donations you want. Anyway, so now it's because the so-called witness didn't have an actual business with the Bidens, and he's in big trouble and up the kazoo. Really? Is this really it? Oh, I see. United States Court Central China Branding Group Limited versus Bob Linsky. Okay, whatever. Maybe because the other business partners to Hunter Biden are in prison, so maybe that's why he was having trouble. Who knows? Anyway, so this Bob Linsky guy. Let me get to the Bob Linsky. Bob Linsky. That sounds like a Jewish grandmother to me. Oh, Mike Schwartz regarding NPR. Let's see here. Thank you, Mike Schwartz. Unconfirmed reports allege collusion between Russia and Trump campaign. Right? Why the Russia investigation matters and why you should care. Oh, right? President-elect Trump dismisses reports of alleged collusion with Russia. Oh, they ran that. Journalists investigating Trump and Russia say full picture is one of collusion. Oh, the journalists investigating. Yes, I'm sure they have classified access. Good morning, Kevin S. Unconfirmed reports allege collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. Yeah, how about that? Mike Schwartz, thank you so much. Anyway, so let's look up Bob Linsky because I didn't. Oh, wait, did I do it on? Oh, here, hang on a second. I think I have it bookmarked in YouTube. Let's go to here. Talking about my generation. What the hell's going on here? There is a spot where I can find this shit, and it's not here. Hang on a second. Oh, it's over in here. That's why I'm on the wrong side of the screen. Let's see here. Oh, I'm streaming right now, and there's 60 people here. Hello, everybody. All right, let me dig this out here. Oh, they keep changing where everything is. This used to be over there. All right, Balinsky. What the hell is it? I know I bookmarked this shit. Okay, YouTube just keeps messing with me. There we go. History. Here we go. Okay, there it is. Here's let's watch the press conference because it's not very long. Wait, why is this? No. Oh, you son of a bitch. They put something over it. ABC. Okay, so ABC covered it. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the press conference with Mr. Bubalinsky. Let's watch this. If you didn't see this yesterday, this was the breaking news. This happened roughly, I'm going to say about a half hour, 45 minutes before the debate. This gentleman, Mr. Bubalinsky, came out and not came out. He had a press conference. And good morning. Oh, MC, what's happening?
Hammer time.
And good morning, Big Assassin 80. All right, so here's the, this is the guy, this is the man. Full screen here, no, YouTube. All right, here we go. Here's Mr. Bubalinsky.
Chair or something up here? There's no.
I'm going on for your right.
Thank you. Yep. Good evening. My name is Tony Bobolinsky. I served as a lieutenant in the United States Navy with high security clearance. My father and grandfather both served for decades in our country's armed forces.
Good morning, Furry
Since
Kitten.
leaving the Navy, I've been involved in various successful businesses, both in this country and abroad. I'm making this statement to set the record straight about the involvement of the Biden family, Vice President Biden, his brother Jim Biden, and his son Hunter Biden in dealings with the Chinese. I have heard Joe Biden say that he's never discussed business with Hunter. That is false. I have firsthand knowledge about this because I directly dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden.
Lord Stanhope, down.
I have also heard that Vice President Biden said on Tuesday that Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, should be ashamed for suggesting that Biden family sought to profit from their name. Well, here are the facts I know, and everything I'm saying is corroborated by emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence.
He brought all that shit with him, too. You know, it's funny because there's still people out there. This is Russian disinformation. Oh, well, this guy seems he doesn't have much of an accent. How long has he been here? Anyway.
And the American people can judge for themselves. I brought, I guess, for record, 3 phones that spanned the years 2015 through 2018. These phones have never been held by anybody else besides myself.
Okay, hold on. Quick question in the chat. This is your question of the day from the Dawg Knight Channel. Do you keep all of your old phones? And I got to be honest, we found 3 old phones recently that were still sitting in a drawer that we kept. But anyway, do you keep your old phones? Yes or no?
I was told this past Sunday by somebody who was also involved in this matter that if I went public this information, it would bury all of us, man. The Bidens included.
Wait. Were the Clintons involved in this too? I didn't know that. Okay, just checking. Hi, Moon-Based Radio, Reese Donald, John Smith, TC Ball, all these people hiding and lurking. All right, the good question. That was a good question to ask because y'all are answered. Lots of them. Okay.
I have no wish to bury anyone. I've never been political. The few contributions I have made have been to Democrats. But what I am is a patriot and a veteran. To protect my family name and my business reputation, I need to ensure that the true facts are out there. In late 2015, I was approached by James Gillier, whom I had known for many years, about joining him in a deal which he said would involve the Chinese state-owned enterprise CEFC China Energy and what he called one of the most prominent families in the United States. I was informed first by Gillier and then by Hunter Biden and by Rob Walker, who was working with the Bidens, that the Bidens wanted to form a new entity with CFC, which was to invest in infrastructure, real estate, and technology in the U.S. and around the world, and the entity would initially be capitalized with $10 million and then grow to billions of dollars of investment capital. After months of discussion, I agreed at Gillier and Hunter Biden's request to become CEO of the entity to be called Sinohawk.
Real quick, if you have a link to that, throw it in the chat, and I'll see if we can check that out too.
Sino representing the Chinese side, Hawk representing Hunter Biden's brother Beau's favorite animal. And between February and May 2017, we exchanged numerous emails, documents, and WhatsApp messages concerning Sinohawk and its potential business. On May 2nd, 2017, the night before Joe Biden was to appear at the Milken Conference, I was introduced to Joe Biden by Jim Biden and Hunter Biden. At my approximately hour-long meeting with Joe that night, we discussed the Biden's history, the Biden's family business plans with the Chinese, with which he was plainly familiar, at least at a high level. After that meeting, I had numerous communications with Hunter, Walker, Gillier, and Jim Biden regarding the allocation of the equity ownership of Sinohawk. On May 13, 2017, I received an email concerning allocation of equity, which says 10% held by H for the big guy. In that email, there's no question that H stands for Hunter, big guy for his father, Joe Biden. and Jim for Jim Biden. In fact, Hunter often referred to his father as the big guy or my chairman. On numerous occasions, it was made clear to me that Joe Biden's involvement was not to be mentioned in writing, but only face-to-face. In fact, I was advised by Gillier and Walker that Hunter and Jim Biden were paranoid about keeping Joe Biden's involvement secret.
I wonder why.
I also had a disagreement with Hunter about the funds CFC was contributing to Sinohawk. Hunter wanted $5 million of those funds to go to himself and his family, so he wanted the funds wired directly to an entity affiliated with him. I objected because that was contrary to our written agreements concerning Sinohawk. He said, referring to the chairman, his father, that CFC was really investing in the Biden family, that he held the Trump card, and that he was the one putting his family legacy on the line.
No pun intended.
He also said to me on May 17th, 2017, that CFC wanted to be my partner, to be partner with the Bidens. During these negotiations, I repeated to Hunter and others that Sinohawk could not be Hunter's personal piggy bank. And I demanded that proper corporate governance procedures be implemented for capital distributions. Hunter became very upset with me. CFC through July 2017 was assuring me the funds would be transferred to Sinohawk, but they were never sent to our company. Instead, I found out from Senator Johnson's September report that the $5 million was sent in August 2017 to entities affiliated with Hunter. Tomorrow, I will be meeting with the Senate committee members concerning this matter, and I will be providing to the FBI the devices which contain the evidence corroborating what I have said. So I will not be taking any questions at this time. I will not be taking questions at this time.
We're going to ask them anyway. Can you tell us a little bit more about this evidence?
Because we're mad and we're going to ask them anyway.
The FBI?
The evidence sits on these 3 phones. I don't want to go into anything any further. This will all be discussed with Senator Johnson and his committee, and the American people can decide what's fact.
Who paid for you to be here? Who paid for your expenses to be here?
Thank you.
Isn't this amazing? These questions, notice the questions are not about the information itself, other than the first question. Well, where's this information? Well, I have it on these phones. But the only questions they're asking: who paid you to be here? Who got your travel? Who paid for you to be here? And he answers that on the way out, and he says that what did he say? He said that he paid for his own travel here and whatnot. Very interesting. So let's see here. Now, apparently, there's more. More bombshells. So here's three new ones that I had pulled up this morning. Oh my God. No, I didn't even see this one. So apparently in the National Pulse here, I'm not really familiar with this publication, but it says smoking gun Biden emails reveal he lobbied the big guy for political favors, claimed if I ask, he will do it. An email obtained by the National Post appears to confirm suspicions that Hunter Biden agreed to lobby his father, the vice president of the United States, after being asked to talk to the big guy. Hello. Oh, no one nowhere. Nice to see you. Should have asked them that question. Right? Also, the enemy 38. How you doing? Not only did Hunter Biden say he would oblige. An email obtained by the National Post appears to confirm suspicions that Hunter Biden agreed to lobby his father, the vice president of the United States, after being asked to talk to the big guy. Not only did Hunter Biden say he would oblige, but he also noted he would be killed by the White House vice presidential staff if he went around everyone and straight to Joe Biden, apparently acknowledging the unethical nature of his upcoming action. The big guy appears to be a common euphemism for Joe Biden and appears in previous emails published by the New York Post and confirmed by Hunter Biden business associate Tony Bobulinski. The latest episode comes despite Joe Biden repeatedly insisting there's no basis whatsoever for claims that Hunter Biden profited from his family name. So here's the email. Let's see if I can, I can't make this any bigger here. I am not Jeffrey Toobin. I can't let go of the Jeffrey Toobin jokes. Well, here, I can't read it, so maybe hopefully it's in the, is it down here? Okay, here's the text of the email. It says, Hunter, I will tell you that the building trades are at the end of their rope with this administration. They, General President Mark Ayers and Secretary Treasurer Sean McGarvey, were told 2 years ago that Nate Tamarin was the labor guy. Since then, those that Haven something chosen to circumvent Nate after no action did hear the wrath of Nate. Those that stood up to him, the IBEW, NEA, IAFF, etc., basically told Nate to go fuck off in a nice way. It just says F off. Personally, I was the Teamsters political director, and under the Bush presidency, I was able to call Rove, Melman, Sarah Taylor, and Andy Card. Granted, a lot didn't get done, but at least they were heard. Whereas now we have our team in, and Sean has sent an official letter asking for a meeting with Vice President Biden over a year ago, and the reasoning for not getting the meeting is absolutely ridiculous. So what is worse, having our guys in there and no access, or having access, like with Bush, with terrible results? Furthermore, the National Building and Construction Trades Secretary Treasurer, who represent nearly 3.5 million members, thinks that Vice President Biden doesn't want to meet with him, and as President Mark Ayers. In other words, Harper was emailing the vice president's son for political access, and Hunter promised to oblige. In a reply to Harper just over 2 hours later, Hunter Biden allegedly wrote, I'll work on it, but there is an issue I should know about. But is there any issue I should know about before I go around to everyone and straight to him? If I ask, he will do it. But if I'm missing something legit, then I will get killed by staff. Or Hunter Biden. The bombshell comes as the national news media continues to ignore and pour scorn over the veracity of the Hunter Biden laptop and the emails contained within. The National Post has confirmed the nature of the emails and the contents of the laptop. Harper also told Hunter Biden in the original email, quote, you should not be worried about getting yelled at by the boss or his staff. They should be shitting their pants thinking that because of miscommunications, the building trades think they're being dissed by the vice president. Personally, the building trades are too honorable and stuck on protocol. If it were my union, I would have sandwiched the vice president, VP, and their COS, chief of staff, and made sure they knew. All that said, what works best for you and I is for you to call Sean first. Say you talk to me and that you want to get all the facts before you talk to the big guy. There's that name again. This would be good for both of us. Anyway, so it's just a treasure trove. Hello, Jonas Pedersen. What's happening? Also, the second bombshell of the day. Now, I don't know if this is a bombshell or not, but apparently Legal Insurrections thinks it is. Kamala Harris is implicated in the Hunter Biden China deal also. Oh my gosh. The list also included Schumer, Governor Cuomo, and Mayor de Blasio. Fox News received an email connected to the China business deal with the now defunct Chinese company CEFC, the New York Post reported last week, involving Hunter Biden. The email has a list of domestic contacts and projects, which includes Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris. Here's the first email from of course, and the media doesn't want to know any of this. That media. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh man. This all started with an email the New York Post reported last week, dated May 13, 2017. One email sent to Biden on May 13, 2017 with the subject line, expectations, including details of remuneration packages for 6 people involved in an unspecified business venture. Biden was identified as chair, vice chair, depending on an agreement with CFEC, and apparent reference to the former Shanghai-based conglomerate CFEC China Energy Company. His pay was pegged at $850, and the email also noted that Hunter has some office expectations. He will elaborate. A provisional agreement stated that 4 people would split 80% of the new company's shares. We already know this part. Let's see this email sent on the 15th of Fox News wrote that this email does not connect it with Hunter's laptop, which is the location of the emails reported by the New York Post. I do not know how Fox News received this email. This email came from Jim Biden. He sent it to those in the May 13th email, which means it is obviously connected. Quote, an email exclusively obtained by Fox News with the subject line Phase 1 Domestic Contacts Projects and dated May 15, 2017, Biden's brother Jim Biden shared a list of key domestic contacts for Phase 1 target projects. The email is unrelated to the laptop or hard drive purportedly belonging to Hunter Biden, the former vice president's son. The list included Harris, Democrat, California, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat, New York, Senator Amy Klobuchar, Democrat, Minnesota, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat, California, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, Democrat, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, among others. It is unclear if any Democrats were ever contacted about the target projects. Hopefully Fox News or the New York Post will release another email that can give us more context of this phase of 1 email. All right, this phase 1 email. Okay, here's my opinion on this one. I thought this, perhaps there are people they just want to try to convince, because notice they say Kamala Harris, let's see. They list her just as Democrat, California. Never mind. I don't know. I think this is less bombshelly than the first one. But of course, though, there's one more that seems just very, very interesting, and that is exclusive. Clintons accepted up to $100,000 from Hunter Biden's Chinese energy firm. Now, I don't know if this is really connecting the dots to anything, but the Clinton Foundation accepted a donation between $50,000 and $100,000 from CEFC China Energy Company, the firm which Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden's son, Hunter, appears to have leveraged his father's office to gain equity and kickbacks from. CEFC China Energy is the company implicated in the first New York Post. You know the New York Times isn't running any of this. The first New York Post email dropped from the article. Emails reveal how Hunter Biden tried to cash in big on behalf of family with Chinese firm. Emails obtained by the outlet show how Hunter Biden pursued lucrative deals involving China's largest private energy company, including one that said he would be interested for me and my family. The emails revealed that a potential remuneration package for the CFEC. Okay, this is just going over this again about his 20% stake and who gets what. But here's, I think the kicker is going to be down here. Well, maybe not. Oh, here we go. Xi Jinping's early efforts to break into the Washington power broker scene didn't always pan out. 5 years ago, CEFC approached Bobby Ray Inman, a retired admiral and national security advisor to President Jimmy Carter, about setting up a joint venture. Mr. Inman said in an interview, the company promised it would pay him $1 million a year without specifying what business they would go into. He turned down the offer. Later, Inman said CEFC officials called him and said they were considering acquiring oil fields in Syria. Could he help them persuade the American military not to bomb them? Again, he said no. The Clintons, however, had no qualms about accepting money from Yi, a Chinese Communist Party member with ties to the People Liberation Army. The New York Times noted, quote, Mr. Yi also further loosened CEFC's purse strings, donating as much as $100,000 to the Clinton Foundation. And Clinton Foundation records reveal that a CEFC China Energy Company donated sums between $50,001 and $100,000 to the foundation, a sizable amount which came in the third quarter of 2015. Was she still a Secretary of State then? I don't know. But so this clearly, this CEFC Chinese Energy Company likes to spread money around just to get some special influence and special favors. Okay. But that, again, this all is speculation of what could have happened and all that shit. Anyway, let's see. What are we? Let's see. What's going on in the chat here? I'm not racist. I'm a bigot. Okay, Lord Stanhope. Oh my goodness. How many we got here right now? We've got 65 in the 65 people watching right now. So something happened here where there was a huge drop off. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's good. So anyway, by the way, if you like what's going on your screen right now, there's a little thumbs up thing you could be clicking if you haven't done so already. Just saying, just saying. And also, donations and tips can be done both through YouTube Super Chats and through Streamlabs, which is in the description down below, or you can just go to PDawgKnight.live because it's right there in the upper right-hand corner when you go there. Okay, what do we want to talk about with the debate last night? I have such a plethora of topics. Okay, let me give you my quick take. I think President Trump mostly dominated the debate, had Biden on the defensive. Okay. The one question that I wasn't necessarily pleased with Trump's answer was the very first question when they were talking about healthcare. He, granted, they took. He wants Obamacare to go away. Hasn't really done a good job of explaining how he's going to replace it. He did say that he is completely in favor of saving the pre-existing condition thing, but and I'm not sure how you do that. I suppose you have to do that through legislation. The whole thing needs to be done through legislation, and the problem is I haven't seen any Republican legislation now. Me personally, I don't want the government involved in healthcare anyway. I'm fine if they have, they have Medicaid for the people who are poor or who cannot afford private healthcare. But it's the government that's caused the price of private healthcare to get out of hand because they keep regulating, they keep changing how you can use insurance. Look, you still should be able to buy insurance for catastrophic things that happen and maybe be able just to pay for the rest of your shit out of pocket, right? And right now, with the way they structured Obamacare, they made it impossible for companies to do that anymore because you're forced to buy maintenance care. Okay, it's like you're when you buy maintenance for your car. Okay, you pay for when something breaks. Insurance is for when something, there's no insurance to pay for oil changes. Well, there is now. There's a couple companies that are just bilking people by doing this. But, oil changes, minor repairs and things like that. But your insurance is for when something catastrophic happens. You get hit by another car, or your car is stolen, or some Antifa set your car on fire. I try not to cough and I hacked something up instead. And so the government's kind of made the cost of insurance go out of whack because with Obamacare, they forced everybody to buy maintenance insurance. Okay. And when you put this pre-existing condition on the insurance company, it's like, can they never, can they never deny insurance now? Is that what it is? I don't know, and they require every insurance policy to carry all the same coverages. So I don't really need coverage for my cervix because I don't have a cervix. Or what is, do I have a cervix? No, I don't have a cervix. I'm pretty sure I don't. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that discussion now. But I did feel like his answer really pleased anybody. But on the other hand, Joe Biden talking about health insurance, and we're now going to have a public option. Biden spent the whole time of the debate, in my opinion, he spent the last 5 days off the campaign trail in his home preparing for this debate. And every time he answered something, or every time he would stop and look at the camera, because the answers that he gave to the questions were all rehearsed, and it was always felt like he was trying to just make sure he remembered to say all the things that he rehearsed. And when Trump got him off of those answers, he was flustered, particularly when they started talking about the deal with his son and the companies and whatnot. Biden actually kind of lost his shit. In fact, I think I have a bookmark spot here. Let's see if I have this one. Here's when Joe Biden panics. And let me get this on the screen here. This is the part that you could tell Biden actually panics for a second. Listen to this.
Nobody believes it except his and his good friend Rudy Giuliani. You mean the laptop is Rudy Giuliani? You mean the laptop Giuliani? You mean the laptop is?
I want to stay on the issue of race.
You
okay?
have to be kidding. Here we
Mr.
go
President,
again with Russia.
We're going to continue on the issue of race.
Nobody.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well for him when they started talking about that, and he actually just, there's a whole bunch of times where
he believes it except.
Hang on a second here, where he ends up slurring his words. You could tell as the debate went on too that here, let's
His and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
Johnny. He started, and I don't know if that, if you talk to him about that Giuliani thing when he couldn't say the Giuliani, of course they're going to make it about a stutter, right? Anyway, let's see here. Rudy Giuliani is a good man. That, and then towards the end, as the debate went on, he really just kind of, you could tell he wanted to go. The looking at the watch moment, that was clearly, you could tell he just didn't want to be there anymore. And I think the drugs were wearing off. Anyway, it's just a stutter, bigot. Yes, I know. It's just a stutter, baby. Mouth marbles. There you go. Oh, yes, that is my color way to say thieves. PDawg Knight, he made disparaging. Oh, yeah. When he well, I don't know if it was a disparaging remark about Abe Lincoln, but when he called the Proud Boys the poor boys too, that was one of those weird ones. And you know what else he did? He did something that is not very apropos in diplomatic circles. When they were talking about China, and Joe Biden started talking about Trump coddling up with thugs, quote, thugs, okay? And he mentions, when he says thugs, he mentions North Korea, Russia, and China as thugs. Now remember, Joe Biden is, what would you call it? He's a bit of a China-friendly politician, and yet he includes Xi Jinping as in a list of thugs. That's a bad move. And I don't know if any of the pundits, I didn't watch it, any of the pundits. I watched this on C-SPAN for a reason, because there are no pundits. I don't know if any of the pundits talked about that on other channels, but I don't know if that was a good look. Biden bragged about meeting Xi, but was he even in office? I don't know. That's another question. I'm not sure when Xi Jinping, well, yeah, I think Xi Jinping was there before Trump got into office, but that was strange. And then also just the fact that he includes Xi Jinping in a list of thugs. I'm sure, but somebody at the Chinese consulate's probably calling the Joe Biden campaign saying, "Hey, motherfucker, we're trying to help you win, and you're calling our guy a thug? What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, no, not ping pong. Poor boys are just as smart as white boys. Oh, he called Lincoln racist, did he? I missed that. Anyway, so anyway, here's let's just go through some other things I bookmark, because people are out on Twitter giving their 2 thoughts, and I just wanted to remind some of these are reminders. I'm just going to go backwards and go through this. Here we go. This is Joe Biden back a while ago. This is pretty good. Here we go. Here's Joe Biden. I can't remember what year this is, but this is pretty good.
Senator Joseph Biden dropped out of the hunt today, saying the disclosures about his plagiarism in law school and his exaggerations about his academic record made it impossible for him to continue.
Wait, what? What? Wait, run that back.
Senator Joseph Biden dropped out of the hunt today, saying the disclosures about his plagiarism in law school and his exaggerations about his academic record made it impossible for him to continue.
I do it with incredible reluctance, and it makes me angry. I'm angry with myself for having been put in the position, put myself in the position of having to make this choice.
The Delaware Democrat.
Yes, putting yourself in this position by being a liar and a cheat, but now he's a venerable old gentleman who is the Democratic nominee. So, you know, no one else is bringing this up. You see any of this on the media? You would think, believe me, this is not the only Biden scandal, by the way. And you would think that if Biden were Republican, do you think this clip would be played over and over? His problems with plagiarism in the past, plagiarizing speeches, he had some plagiarism problem in law school. He had the what was that he did? I don't know, he did something stupid that what he did, and then he lied about his academic credentials when he was got in an argument with someone in a crowd, which he tends to do. He used to do that even when his mind wasn't slipping. And he told him, you know, I have 3 degrees and I was the top of my class. I had a full scholarship and yada, 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 when he really only had a half scholarship and was last in his class that graduated. So anyway, surprising that none of the media seems to be dragging any of this stuff back out, because you'd think they would. But actually, Trump hasn't done either. Also, during the debate, Biden admits his 1994 crime bill, which had a disastrous impact on communities of color, was a mistake. Gee, thanks. And it is one you didn't correct for the next 26 years? And you want us to vote for you? Right? 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 Oh, and then someone has a what about? Downplaying COVID was a mistake too. I doubt we'll get that admission from Agent Orange. Oh, aren't you cute? Where's Fauci? Let me see here. So they keep bringing up that Donald Trump didn't tell us the truth about COVID on January 28th. Where's Dr. Fauci on? Let me find this. Oh, I took that bookmark out. Anyway, on February 28th, not January 28th, but February 28th, Dr. Fauci was telling the media that, well, we won't have to do any major changes in behavior, but that could change, and then 2 weeks later, we're talking about shutting down the social distancing and shutdowns. Let's see here. Also, here's another one of Biden's greatest hits. We'll pause here. Let's go full screen. Oh, we'll go smaller because you can see it better. All right, here's another one of Biden's greatest hits.
New Hampshire. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. Oh. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class. that he does not have 3 degrees from college and that he was not named Outstanding Political Science Student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
New Hampshire.
So anyway, thank you, Johnny Hellcat with the $4.99, who says Lincoln held one of the largest execution of American Indians, and he's then held as the greatest president of all time. Hero, villain, pick a side, people. There you go. Yeah, you know, we have many flawed heroes in our American history. You know, for if you are of African descent or well, let me just pause a second here because that one's really loud. But thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Also, CNN Sucks with the 223 donation says Biden pulled an elder Bush when he checks his watch during the Clinton debate. Yep. Let's hope history repeats itself. Can we go back and change our votes if we voted early? Just asking for a friend. What? Well, you can tell your neighbor with the big old Biden sign in the yard to do that. Yeah, that sunk George H.W. Bush in the debate too when he checked his watch. Actually, and George H.W. Bush did it in a town hall in front of a live audience. It still did not look good, and Biden checking his watch certainly didn't look good either. Let's see, the other things in the bookmark. Oh yeah, here's another one of Joe Biden's greatest hits. I don't want my children to grow up in a jungle. A racial jungle. That was during the busing debates in the early 70s. Let's see here. We've got, we already got that one. We got the coyotes. Okay, let's squeeze over here for a second. How much time do I have? Oh, I'm getting close to the end. Well, let's do this. Let's check the Explore tab, see what's happening right now in the news. Oh my God. Twitter keeps coming up with shit, and I'm just going to showing context on trends in Explore. To make high-quality information around the 2020 U.S. elections more accessible. More accessible, they say. We're adding context to trends and only displaying trends with added context in the For You tab. You know what that means? They're curating the For You tab and only putting in what they want you to see. Let's learn. Let's learn more about how Twitter's work right now. Vayaya Getty is the legal policy and trust safety lead, and Kevin Beck-Pure, project lead Twitter. Okay, here, let's read this bullshit from Twitter. Additional steps we're taking ahead of the 2020 U.S. election. Twitter plays a critical role around the globe by empowering democratic conversation, driving civic participation, facilitating meaningful political debate, and enabling people to hold those in power accountable. You realize you assholes are in power. Who holds your sorry selves accountable? They're just pissing me off. But we know that this cannot be achieved unless the integrity of this critical dialogue on Twitter is protected from attempts, both foreign and domestic, to undermine it. You mean like Twitter? Today we're announcing additional significant product and enforcement updates that will increase context and encourage a more thoughtful consideration before tweets are amplified. Yeah, they're making you. this platform is just turning, well, it's always been a dumpster fire. Hello, Enziker. Fuck it, I'm not reading this shit. I am not. Let's just move on. Let's see. Debates 2020. Trump and Biden address COVID-19, climate change, and election integrity in the final debate. Oh, there's something missing from that list. President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden faced off Thursday night for the final time ahead of the November 3rd elections. During the 90-minute event in Nashville, Tennessee, the two nominees clashed over issues such as immigration policy, national security, and fitness for the presidency. Thank you, Maddie, with the $5 donation, who says, imagine that, Biden exaggerates, just like someone that's in office now, but no one talks about Biden. It's always orange man bad. That's the truth. It is always orange man bad. Thank you, Maddie, for participating in the donor program, which helps keep the show running and helps it become more professional every day. Right? Thanks, Maddie. So here's what you need to know according to Twitter. Okay? According to Twitter, here's what you need to know. Trump and Biden debated the climate crisis, COVID-19, and foreign interference in U.S. elections on Thursday. The rules were recently changed, so candidates had 2 minutes of uninterrupted time to begin each segment, followed by an open discussion and debate. The debate was moderated by NBC News' Kristen Welker. Journalists fact-checks claims made by both Trump and Biden throughout the debate. Oh, thank goodness journalists were fact-checking. The AP says Donald Trump and Joe Biden made some personal digs at each other, but voters got something they didn't get the first time around, a debate on important issues like healthcare, race, and climate change. Read more of the takeaways from the AP politics team. I'm going to pass for now. New York Times clashed on several issues during Thursday's night debate, including the pandemic, the economy, healthcare, and climate change. Overall, the tone was calmer and more restrained than the first debate last month. You know what's missing in every single one of these posts by the media? Oh, this one, the final presidential debate in 2 minutes. COVID-19, American families, race in America, climate change, and national security. Let's see they got a minute 30 of the debate on here. Let's see what they highlight. This is Bloomberg, which is owned by Michael Bloomberg. You're probably familiar with the little
than
short
me on
dude.
Russia. This president.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's see what they highlight. I'm going to get the full screen here so you can see it in all of its glory. Here's what the Bloomberg highlights of the debate. Highlights from the final Trump-Biden debate.
He says that we're learning to live with it. People are learning to die with it.
They said the stock market.
That, I thought, was Joe Biden's best line of the debate. I'm sure that all the people who support Joe Biden and the media were cheering. Oh, I'm sorry. That was redundant. That was definitely Joe Biden's best line of the debate.
With it.
They said the stock market will boom if I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
There has been nobody tougher to Russia. Between the sanctions, nobody tougher than me on Russia.
This president paid 50 times the tax in China, has a secret bank account with China, does business in China, and in fact is talking about me taking money. I have not taken a single penny from any country whatsoever, ever.
Who built the cages, Joe?
Let's talk about what we're talking about. Who built the cages, Joe? Let's talk about what we're talking about. What happened? Parents were ripped, their kids were ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find over 500 sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I will
that's
transition.
A big statement.
It is a big statement because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. Over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies. The fact of the matter is there is institutional racism in America. And we have always said, we've never lived up to it, that we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women are created equal. Well, guess what? have never, ever lived up to. But we've always constantly been moving the needle further and further to inclusion, not exclusion.
Edit what they want you to see.
Nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump.
I'm going to give you.
See, they cut it off, but don't let they notice how when they put a Biden clip up, they allowed the elaboration of the comment to continue. But here they put a tiny clip of Trump just saying that, and then they end it. And it's kind of like, it's interesting because now, one thing about Kirsten Welker last night, I thought she did a fine job, except she cut off Trump, like 30 times, cut off Biden twice. Now, part of that is Trump is a little more verbose. Biden runs out of things to say in his 2 minutes time. Sometimes he would quit. But also the other thing that annoys the shit out of me in a debate, the moderator should be neutral. And I think she tried her best, but she caught herself more than once trying to argue against Trump, with Trump, rather than just doing a follow-up question. So he'd be in the middle of something. He cut her off, or she'd cut him off, because it was usually, it's funny because she was always cutting him off when he was getting the best of Joe. Okay. But also sometimes she would interject something before she went to Joe. And so, but overall she did a pretty decent job of being as neutral as she could possibly be. Let me see what the last thing they let Joe Biden say here.
You hope we're going to move. We're going to choose science over fiction.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And PolitiFact fact check the last debate of 2020 between President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The debate may have had fewer interruptions than the first, but it was not any more truthful. Well, I wonder let's see who they fact checked the most. Let's see here. Because last time they didn't fact check Biden. All there's a ton of things Biden said that were completely and utterly false. If your time is short, we've been fact checking Joe Biden since we launched in 2007, and we've been fact checking Trump since he launched his campaign. And for both candidates, we have rated their claims from truth to pants on fire. COVID-19, we're rounding the corner. False. Rounding the corner suggests that significant and sustained improvements are being made in the fight against virus. That's not the case, according to the data. Well, you're interpreting data. Are we? Who knows? Anyway, and that's optimism to me. If you look at the rest of the world too, we're not the only country that has COVID-19, and in fact, Europe's second wave is far worse than ours right now, almost double numbers wise. Now, granted, if you're taking all of Europe, it's about 1 million, or excuse me, total about 100 million more people in the entirety of Europe, the United States. But if you look at the countries that have had the biggest problems, I've been comparing the same 5 countries to the United States that equal out, and there's still a far bigger new wave in Europe. And the way you hear these candidates talk and the media talk, you would think that we're the only country in the world that has this problem. So I'm not going to look at PolitiFact because I can't stand them. Let me scroll down a little bit here. CNN, who spoke the most during tonight's debate. This time, Trump got about just under 2.5 more minutes, which last time Biden had about 2.5 more minutes. So it's about close to the same. CNN, by the way, who is anti-Trump central, President Trump and Joe Biden made their final appeals to the American people in their closing statements during the last debate of the 2020 race. Here, let's listen to the closing statements.
Imagine this is your inauguration day. What will you say in your address to Americans who did not vote for you? You'll each have 1 minute, starting with you, Mr.
We have to make a country totally successful as it was prior to the plague coming in from China. Now we're rebuilding it, and we're doing record numbers, 11.4 million jobs in a short period of time, et cetera. But I will tell you, go back. Before the plague came in, just before, I was getting calls from people that were not normally people that would call me. They wanted to get together. We had the best black unemployment numbers in the history of our country. Hispanic, women, Asian, people with diplomas, with no diplomas, MIT graduates, #1 in the class. Everybody had the best numbers. And you know what? The other side wanted to get together. They wanted to unify. Success is going to bring us together. We are on the road to success. But I'm cutting taxes, and he wants to raise everybody's taxes, and he wants to put new regulations on everything. He will kill it. If he gets in, you will have a depression, the likes of which you've never seen. Your 401ks will go to hell, and it'll be a very, very sad day for this country.
All right. Vice President Biden, same question to you. What will you say during your inaugural address to Americans who did not vote for you?
So Trump
I will say, I'm the American president. I represent all of you, whether you voted for me or against me. And I'm going to make sure that you're represented. I'm going to give you hope. We're going to move. We're going to choose science over fiction. We're going to choose hope over fear. We're going to choose to move forward because we have enormous opportunities to make things better. We can grow this economy. We can deal with the systemic racism. And at the same time, we can make sure that our economy is being run and moved and motivated by clean energy, creating millions of new jobs. And that's the fact. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to say, as I said at the beginning, what is on the ballot here is the character of this country. Decency, honor, respect, treating people with dignity, making sure that everyone has an even chance. And I'm going to make sure you get that. You haven't been getting it the last 4 years.
Can you tell that was rehearsed? That was planned. He didn't come off the top of his head with that. Analysis from Reuters. Donald Trump turned in the restrained and consistent performance his advisors said he needed in this final debate with Joe Biden, but it was unlikely to alter the U.S. presidential race in any fundamental way. Whatever. Okay. And I agree, though. I kind of agree. I don't think it's going to make a big change in the race. I do think that there's a lot of voters out there, like myself, who would never put a sign in the yard and don't spend a lot of time talking about, if a poll called me tomorrow, I'd be worried about if it was actually a poll or someone just trying to find out which house to burn down. So I probably wouldn't answer the poll. But I got to tell you, I'm just saying, I'm not, I was never Trump in 2016. I was wrong. Just saying. Thank you, Pencalo, with the $2 Canadian through YouTube Super Chat, who says, Mike muting was a bad idea for the Dems. I don't think it worked out for the Dems because it forced Biden to talk for 2 minutes without being interrupted. He didn't, it was a little tough for him. I don't think it was terrible for him, but because those of us who notice his little gaffes and the fact that he's, can barely talk halfway through the debate, at the beginning of the debate, he was fine. But it's almost like whatever they give him for his, ginkgo biloba or whatever wears off about halfway through the debate. You can tell that he's struggling, and also the president got under his skin without being a jerk about it. That was the thing. Forced him to answer some of those questions that he's not comfortable with. So very interesting debate. That's it. PDawgKnight, no shame. I will vote for Joe. I vote for Joe Stein in 2016. A lot of people voted for Joe Stein. I voted for the sweet meteor of death. It's probably the second video or third video I've made on YouTube telling you who I was voting for, and it still holds up today. I think it's a funny video. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of time. And I didn't even get to any articles, or I kind of did, but I had like 40 articles on deck here, and I just, you know what? It was too fun. Anyway, so I hope you all have a great weekend. there's a chance I might do a stream sometime this week. Holy shit, we peaked out. We got 78 people here. This is fantastic. Hello, Advocatus Diabli and Blind Press. By the way, Blind Press, would you please in the chat, well, Blind Press is in the chat here. Give me a link to your show because she comes on at 11. She goes through some news too. 11 o'clock my time. That would be noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, and so on and so on. And before you guys do anything, so we have 78 people here and 52 likes. So if you haven't put a like on that, hit that thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hopefully Duck Dog has done his thing, and I only have one thumbs down. Only Duck Dog. Don't start doing. That's me and Duck Dog only. Nobody else gets to do it unless it's someone who actually doesn't like the show. The one is just to keep me on my toes. But otherwise, if you haven't hit the like button, do that. And also, if you would be kind enough to share the stream out, even after the fact, that'd be great. If you're watching on replay, hit a comment in the comment section. And we do take donations at this show, which help me get new equipment and made it so I could yell without peeking on the microphone. And I can whisper without having to get really close to it. See, my new equipment's working. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. Donations through Streamlabs, YouTube Super Chat, Venmo, and Cash App, all in the description down below. Thank you, Cynical Lindsay, for putting the show on. There's some links to Blind Press's show, which comes on in roughly 25 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to go. Might see me the weekend. Got videos to make and all that stuff. But, toodles, my name is PDawg Knight. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.